Hey everyone, Xenos here. I know it's a little late, but Happy New Year. And what a hell of a year it's been. I mean, it wasn't nearly as disastrous as 2016, but in terms of gaming, jeez. I mean, it started off strong with some really great releases. Breath of the Wild, for one. That's the only one that I really had off the top of my head. As well as the fact that 2017 just took one hell of a dive when EA decided to unveil their slimy tendrils once again. But I'm not really here to talk about all the gaming news. I'm sure you can find plenty of other stuff on YouTube. I mean, seriously, you can probably find a bunch of stuff right over here. And by the time this video goes up, or by the time anyone watches this, it'll be, well, the recommended or up next will still be right here. But anyways, I actually want to talk about a few things from my channel. First off, I do want to make a couple of addendums from 2017. I'm sure some of you remember my best and worst bosses lists. You know, my worst bosses being probably the angriest I've gotten on this channel. First off, let's make a quick addendum to the best bosses list. I don't remember what position she was. I think number 8 was... let's see. Number 10 was Alduin. Number 9 was the Archdragon. Number 8 was Princess Ada the Striga. Ada was somewhere around there. I actually want to replace Ada with something else from The Witcher. Something even more awesome. I'm talking about Eredin, the King of the Wild Hunt, and the Crones of Crookback Bog. I'm talking about all 3 crones that you fight during Bald Mountain. First off, Eredin is actually a really fun fight. The mechanics of The Witcher 3 lend themselves really well to Eredin's battle. And the crones, other than the fact that I don't really care much for gank battles, this was actually pretty fun. Other than the fact you had to keep all 3 crones rather in view, so that way you could keep track of their attacks when they choreograph them, which is really hard at 20 frames per second, mind you. You actually also get to play as Ciri, which I really enjoyed for some reason. I guess I just really liked the character of Ciri in the books, so playing as her was a lot of fun for me. Although I didn't really care much for the writing sections, which is, I mean, at 20 frames per second, it's not going to do very well when you're trying to swing at a dummy during the Toussaint tournament. Yeah, I haven't really, I mean, Eredin and the crones overtake Ada effortlessly. I also managed to get through The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings, and let's face it, the bosses there weren't really that memorable. I mean, the Kairin, I remember him because it was the biggest pain in my ass the first time I played through at 10 frames per second. If that. The Draug was, I don't even remember the Draug, and then you've got, Sisenthesis, who, well, let's face it, a dragon battle, it wasn't really that fun of a dragon battle, to be honest. Anyways, and then a quick addendum to the worst boss. Thunderblight Ganon, you're out. You're no longer at number 9. Instead, you've got the Witch King of Angmar from Shadow of War. As awesome as the Witch King of Angmar is in the movies and the books, I mean, he's got one hell of a Tinged on him. Sorry, I keep forgetting that most people aren't English majors. In Welsh folklore, a Tinged is essentially a curse, a doom, a destiny. I believe that's the literal translation somewhere along there. One of the most famous versions of a Tinged is in the tale of Lleyloch Govis. Forgive me to anyone who speaks Welsh if I mispronounced his name, because I don't speak Welsh. I just know different pronunciations for different combinations of letters. But anyways, with Lle's story, he's actually cursed 3 times by his own mother. First, that he will never have a name until she's tricked by Gwydion. Then he'll never have a weapon, again tricked by Gwydion. And that he will never find a wife from any of the races of man. And Gwydion and Math, what is Math, anyways? Anyways, they actually, Ath, son of Mathenwy, I actually forget what he is. I think he's like the court wizard or something. But anyways, with Lle's Tinged, they actually work around it by creating Blodeuwedd, his wife, whose name means flower face. Although she does betray him and is turned into an owl for her treachery by Gwydion. turning her name from Blodiath to Blodiwith, which I believe means owl. I mean, flower face to owl. It just takes one letter. I really wish I could speak Welsh or Irish. The languages are so fascinating. But anyways, I digress. How long have I been talking about curses for? Anyways, speaking of curses, the Witch King of Angmar sucks. I mean, this was supposed to be the big moment of Middle-earth Shadow of War after, well, then again, taking on Sauron. But, sorry, I'm recording early in the day, so my hand's going to, probably going to reflect the sunlight a little too much. Anyways, the Witch King sucked. I mean, he was great in the books, he was great in the movies, but then there's the fact that he's just a timed dodge fest. And I don't know if I missed one of the, and as I mentioned in one of my little comments in the review, I don't know if I missed a ring wraith, but I only saw 8 throughout. Just, I mean, they're missing one of the ring wraiths. I don't know why, but anyways, maybe I'm taking the Witch King a little too personally because Tolkien is what got me into fantasy in the first place, and why would I even put Duster? Oh, well, whatever. Anyways, the Witch King, I was not a fan of this version of the Witch King. I mean, sorry, just my mouse was hovering over something. Anyways, I was not a fan of the Witch King at all. I found the fight boring, uninspired, uneventful. Whereas Sauron was a fun fight, but not fun enough to put him in my best bosses. Not even for an honorable mention. I mean, Mordredith was more memorable than Sauron. But, I mean, that's saying something. That the False King of Angmar was more memorable than the Lord of Mordor. You screwed up big time. But anyways, enough of that. I also do want to say one last thing about Shadow of War. Once the last piece of DLC drops, I'm probably going to adjust the score in another video. And so far, it's not looking pretty. I was not thrilled with the Slaughter Tribe or the Outlaw Tribe. If I could go back in time right now, I'd go back to the day before the game was released and kick past me's ass, telling him, "What the hell are you doing, you idiot?" The DLC so far, it's not shaping up. The Slaughter Tribe and the Outlaw Tribe could have been implemented in game without any sort of DLC required. You could have put them in to begin with. The game itself, well, as fun as the fortress sieges are, it gets pretty tiresome when you have to do it 20 times when you're defending your own fortresses. Just on the bright side, if you guys do see my forts, give Hoshgrish give Hoshgrish the Black Gate, Tugog the Reaper, Moog the Talkslayer, and Grom the Singer my fondest hellos. Those are my overlords. I mean, the only one that I really had much of an attachment to was Moog, because again, first Uruk to kill me. I mean, once I got a legendary order from one of those reward packs, I actually I've been, the only reason I've been still playing is because of the because of the daily challenges. One of the weekly challenges actually rewarded me with a legendary upgrade. I was deciding who to use it on. I used it on Moog, but excuse me. Anyways, and then there's myself. I actually do have 2 games. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed how right here I sometimes have a piece of paper hanging from the wall. That's where I keep my pre-order receipts. I know. Stop pre-ordering. It encourages bad behavior. But I've actually pre-ordered 2 games that I really want to that I've actually been interested in for a while. First off is Monster Hunter World, which comes out. Hey Siri, when does Monster Hunter World come out?
I'm not sure.
God damn it! Anyways, it comes out sometime I think towards the end of the month. And then the other game is a remaster of a classic that I actually tried to play on the channel. I'll put out the PS3 version when I finally get my act together, and well, I actually was trying to splice together the audio from the camera and my my microphone, because for some reason my camera app on my computer doesn't do that. Anyways, so give up. You can't really see, can you? But Shadow of the Colossus, the PS4 remaster. I actually managed to make it through the first two Colossi, now without a minor amount of profanity. But anyways, I want to get that on the channel as soon as possible, and I might continue the PS3 version in my own time, but once the PS4 version drops, I'll just turn off the thing that kept me from recording at first with Shadow of War, and I'll be back to playing Shadow of the Colossus. So, I might actually finish editing that today if I can be arsed about it. But anyways, so that's all I really have to say. Oh yeah, my wrist is actually getting much better, by the way. I only wear the brace when it really starts to hurt, like if my mother does something stupid, like bear hugs me while I'm trying to, while my arm's in the wrong place. But anyways, so that's all I really want to talk about for this video. So, Happy New Year, and if you guys want me to do another anniversary vlog, please let me know in the comments below. Tell me on Facebook, either on my official Facebook page or at Wolf of Dublin. That's my. I'm not saying that I'm Wolf of Dublin. It's a reference to. If you haven't read Duster yet, it's a reference to one of the main characters, Gavin. He's referred to as the Wolf of Dublin. I'm not gonna say why, although Kaylin's answer is. I mean, I know it's probably pronounced more along the lines of Colin, but I mean, I like the way he says. I like the way he says Kaylin. I like the way it sounds like. I like the way Kaylin sounds for some reason. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button down below. It very much helps. And don't tell him I said this, but I'd appreciate if you gave my friend Ted some love. His channel is Inside Game. It shouldn't be that hard to find him. He has one video on his channel, and well. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, hope to see you next time. Until then, live long and prosper. Happy day. Hello, you. Not you, the other one. Yes, you. Are you looking for a good read? Then please consider picking up Duster, the debut novel by everyone's favorite madman. Excluding the Joker.